What them haters talking about?
What's up, family? The mother of a 4-year-old missing Houston girl was heckled outside of a courtroom by people who questioned whether she had done enough to protect her daughter before her disappearance. Brittany Bowen's Malia Davis's mother, along with her spokesman, community activist Cornell X, showed up for a court-scheduled hearing for Darian Vince, her former fiancé, who is charged in connection with the girl's disappearance. The hearing was canceled, though, and Vince's next hearing was scheduled for July 10th. His attorney didn't immediately reply to calls seeking comment. Vince, 26, has been charged with tampering with evidence, specifically a human corpse, though Malia is still missing and authorities have declined to say whether they believe she is dead or Vince may have killed her. Prosecutors, though, have said in court documents that Vince eventually could face additional charges, including murder. Bowens declined to speak after the canceled hearing, but Cornell X told reporters that Bowens is focused on finding out what happened to her daughter. The main thing right now that all of us want to know is what he did with Malia. Where is Malia, Cornell X said. Cornell spoke to reporters, but he was drowned out by a group of people, including some family members of Malia's father, who yelled, "She let it happen," and Brittany knew all along. It's reported that as Brittany Bowens and Cornell X was headed to the elevators, hecklers followed them and yelled out, "Justice for Malia and murderer," talking about her mother, basically calling her a co-conspirator because they're saying that she knew that this guy was abusive to her daughter, but yet she stayed with him. She did not seek help. She did not take off. In fact, she did take off. Let Darian Vince tell it, he was on his way to the airport with Malia and his small son in tow. The little boy was one, some news reports said too. But he's with his son and Malia. They're on their way to the airport to pick up Malia's mother. He hears a popping sound that was similar to a tire flat. He stops the car, gets out. He's accosted by two men. One man is complimenting Malia about how pretty she is, and the other man hits him over the head, knocks him out unconscious. He wakes up several hours later. The Nissan is gone. Malia is gone. His son is in the field with him. He gets knocked out around 7 p.m. on Friday. He comes through around 6 p.m. on Saturday. Mind you, where he says he got knocked out at is on Southwest Freeway and 610 area. Now, this area is very busy. On both sides of the street, there's businesses, and there's thousands of cars that drive down that freeway every single day and night. The hospital is only about 2 or 3 miles tops away. He says he wakes up around 6 and he goes to the hospital at 10 or 11. He says he walked around asking for help, but nobody would help him. And keep in mind, he got a small child with him. Nobody would help him. Nobody would call the police or anything. He makes his way some 4 or 5 hours later to the hospital. Only one point, another problem with that is this. There's surveillance cameras at the hospital that shows that he was dropped off at the hospital by someone driving a Nissan, the same car that he reported missing, that he was driving. And they said that he was dropped off around 2 p.m. Well, they said the car was seen, that same car was seen around 2 p.m. I'm not sure if they said it was seen in the surveillance at the hospital first, or if it was seen somewhere else, but the car was spotted on surveillance around 2 p.m. They found blood in the bathroom. They found blood in the hallways. They saw him carrying a laundry basket, a full laundry basket. That laundry basket tested positive for Malia's DNA. The trunk of the vehicle tested positive for Malia's DNA. His ass is out of here. I don't know to what extent the mother had something to do with this, but I can guarantee you she knew that that girl was being abused. Because keep in mind, Malia was in Child Protective Services custody for a minute, her and her siblings, and they were returned to the home in February. Let me not say home, because when I think of home, I think of someplace dear and safe. They were returned to the house, to the spot, in February. So they let them back into the house, and she ends up dead some 2.5, 3 months later. Dude out of here. Now, the mother. A mother's first obligation, most basic obligation, is to protect her children. For that, I can't give her a pass, because she knew that dude was dangerous. She knew that that dude was abusive. Now, I don't know if she was too. I don't know if she was physically abusing the girl too, but she knew. You better believe she knew. And what was done in the dark is now coming to light. No more talk.
What the haters talking about?
Yeah.